Hey guys, we're Will today. In today's video, we'll be previewing the Pumas versus the All Blacks within round 5 of the Tri-Nations. So yeah, this is going to be a very exciting match to watch. Obviously, we're in the 5th round of this competition at the moment, and all sides are sitting on 6 points, so, it's all up for grabs of who will win the Tri-Nations Cup. And yeah, this is going to be a very important game for, to see who actually goes on top for, coming into the last round of the competition next week. If New Zealand do win this game, obviously they'll be sitting on around 10 points if they have if they don't get a bonus point from this match, or 11 if they do. But yeah, no, this is going to be very interesting, and if, the Pumas do, beat the All Blacks again, like they shocked the world 2 weeks ago, then yeah, they're in the best position to actually win the Tri-Nations, which is actually great to see, really, because it just shows how much Argentina has really progressed, in the time since they've joined the competition. So yeah, it would be great to see them actually win the Tri-Nations. To be perfectly honest, I actually hope they, I hope they beat the All Blacks this week. But it's going to be a tough challenge, obviously. With the All Blacks coming back from 2 back-to-back losses, one to the Pumas, of course. So yeah, they're going to be very desperate to get back into winning form. So yeah, I wouldn't write the All Blacks off at any stretch, because a lot of people, including myself, still consider them to be one of the best teams in the world. So I think to write them off is, you shouldn't do that. But anyway, just going through the lineups, they've obviously announced the lineups, so I'll just go over that and just tell you my thoughts on the teams. So for the Pumas, at number 1, they selected Marco Vias. At number 2, they're going with Julian Montoya. At 3, they're going with Santiago Madera. At 4, they're going with Gio Petty. At 5, they've gone with Lucas Palos. At 6, they're going with Pablo Matera, who's the captain, of course. At 7, they're going with Marcos Clemmer, who's he's sensational last week, actually. And at number 8, they've gone with Francisco Isla. So yeah, no, it's a very good-looking forward pack there. They made a few changes with Isla coming into the side in replace of Bruni, who I believe is being rested for this game, which is good to see, because he's played very well for the Pumas, but obviously needs some rest. So that's kind of a needed change there. And yeah, you have Madera also coming in for the props. I think they've changed both their props with Vias and Madera, replacing Chaparro and who's the other one? Chaparro and Sakino, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I know the 2 props have been changed. So that's definitely, so they made 3 changes within the forward pack, which is kind of understandable, because the Pumas will want to change a lot, because they should know that they're not going to beat the All Blacks like they did the last time. They have to make a few changes, which is kind of understandable. But yeah, the locks, particularly looking at Gio Petty, I think he's one of the best locks within the world, so he's definitely going to have a huge influence in this game if the Pumas are to win for the second time against the All Blacks within this Tri-Nations. So we have a massive part to play, really. He's been very good within the lineouts and stealing all the balls within the lineouts, so hopefully he can keep that up. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, Pablo Matera and Marcos Clemmer have been the 2 main loose forwards, you can say, for the Pumas, and they've both been brilliant, within the breakdown, especially, with Pablo Matera getting around 4 cleanups, I'd say, within last week's game, and he was very crucial, and particularly the scrum was very crucial for the Pumas last week. I was very impressed by it, within the second half. Obviously they were gaining more momentum within the game, and they won 2 scrum penalties, which was huge for them, and obviously they got points from that from Nicolas Sanchez's boots. So yeah, fair play to the forwards. They really impacted that game for sure. But yeah, Pablo Matera, hopefully he can lead his team to another victory against the All Blacks this week. So yeah, for the backs, at number 9, they selected Felipe Isla. At 10, they're going with Nicolas Sanchez. At 11, they're going with Santiago Cordero. At 12, they're going with Hermano De La Fuente. At 13, they're going with Juanquez Miala. And at 14, they're going with Mariano, he's very good. He's a very good player. And yeah, at 15, they're going with Miano Boffelli, who I truly love to watch. He's one of the best fullbacks / wingers, in my opinion, within the world. So great to see him back within the starting lineup, because he definitely had a huge influence within that game for last week's game. He caught a lot of the high balls, which not a lot of players can actually do, because they lose a lot of concentration. But yeah, I know Boffelli he was probably one of my standout players, I could say, throughout last week's match. But yeah, with going for the side, obviously they made a few changes with Kupeli obviously not being played. He's been also rested for this game, which is good to see, because he's played all the games so far. So you kind of need you need players to rest, so it's kind of understandable. So you have Isla taking his position. You have Nicolas Sanchez, who's obviously going to be key to this match for the Pumas. Hopefully he can keep up his form within kicking. And yeah, they've made some changes in the centre spot, obviously with De La Fuente and Cruz Media coming into the side, which I think is very interesting because both of them, they're good centres, but I don't think they have as much of an impact as what Mateus Orlando would do. That's my opinion, but I just like how Orlando, he's really a playmaker when he within that centre spot. So, and he can play both positions. So that's why I kind of like him a lot. But anyway, we'll see how they both do. And yeah, I know that the wingers with Miano and Cordalo, I mean, they'll be both good for Argentina. I mean, Miano, I mean, he's actually very good. I mean, it's always, I think everyone remembers Miano for that try against the All Blacks in, what was it? Was in Hamilton, I believe, where he just, he literally just stepped across the All Blacks and just, that was a great try. But anyway, yeah, and with their bench, they have a decent bench. I'm not going to say it's the best bench I've seen, obviously, within this Tri Nations so far, but they have a few players like Chaparro, who I said within the prop position who can make an impact, as well as Quandia. They have Santo Carreras, the winger, who's been pretty impressive throughout this competition, as well as El Malo to make an impact off the bench. So yeah, they have a few players who can make an impact within that second half, and they'll truly need that because I personally think that the Pumas will start to I'm not saying that they're not going to be as physical because that's one of the things that you have to watch out for. They're going to bring out a physical challenge really to the All Blacks, but yeah, you're definitely going to need substitutions against the All Blacks for this time around. But anyway, for the All Blacks, they've selected at number 1, they're going with Joe Moody. At number 2, they're going with Dan Coles. At 3, they're going with Nepo Lalala. At 4, they're going with Scott Barrett. At 5, they're going with Samuel Whitelock. At 6, they're going with Akira Ione, who I'm happy to see. At 7, they're going with Sam Kane, who's the captain, of course. And at 8, they've gone with Artie Sevilla. So yeah, no, it's a very good All Black side, particularly with now 4-pack. Happy to see Akira, back within the side. I think he's probably the big name that's been added to this 4-pack. You have the likes of Scott Barrett, who's also being put in to replace Patrick Tupiloto, so that's an interesting switch there. They also have Joe Moody and Nepo Lalala. Obviously Nepo Lalala is taking the place of Tyrell Lomax from the last game. And yeah, Joe Moody will just be Joe Moody and just be himself and be very efficient within the scrum. So that's definitely what they're going to need against this Argentina pack who, to be honest, dominated the Wallabies within last week's game within that scrum. And yeah, Dan Coles, he's just a brilliant hooker. I mean, he's very accurate with his throw within the line-out, as well as just being very influential. Like, he's actually a good ball carrier as well, so that's what I kind of like to see from him. But yeah, with that locking position, I think the locks are going to be really the main. Whoever wins that battle, I think, will have more control of the game. And yeah, it's essentially like, in my eyes, it's going to be like Gino Petty versus Sam Whitelock. Whoever wins that battle, I think will win this game. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Akira Ione, so happy to see him. I mean, I'm a huge Akira Ione fan, so it's just great to see him, actually getting a start. Obviously, he had a start within that game against the Wallabies, which they lost, but he had to be taken off due to the red card, so he didn't really get to have a shot and impacting the game as much as we would like to see. But yeah, Akira Ione, brilliant player. I mean, obviously he's suffered in the past, from a lot of judgment, which I truly think was wrong in a sense where why he wasn't picked in against other players. But I'm just happy to see him actually within the side. I mean, hopefully this will be his first full 90 minutes for the full 80 minutes, for the All Blacks. So I'm just hoping to see what he does. And personally, if the All Blacks win and Akira Ione gets 2 tries in this game, I'm happy. Obviously, I want the Pumas to win, but if Akira Ione does well, it makes me happy on both ways. But yeah, moving on to the with the backs. Number 9 they selected Aaron Smith. At number 10 they're going Richie Mo'unga. At 11 they've gone with Caleb Clark, which is kind of expected in a sense. At 12 they're going with Jack Goodhue. At 13 they're going with Antalana Brown. At 14 they're going with Jordy Barrett, and at 15 they're going with Bowden Barrett. So I know it's the same. It's actually the same side as last week. 2 weeks ago. I mean, for the backs, it's kind of expected that they're not going to make any changes within that area. They want to. obviously they're going to try to change the way that they play. You know, they have to understand that, like, if you looked at the tactics last week, when the All Blacks played, well, 2 weeks ago when the All Blacks played the Pumas, the Pumas were very good in actually standing their ground when, you know, obviously there was a maul and everything. Like, they would only have, like, one player within the maul, while the All Blacks would have, like, 5 players, like, to guard the ball, which was kind of, in a sense, you know, you're wasting players, and, you know, it takes longer to get the ball out, and, you know, obviously the Pumas had a lot more players to actually, you know, stop the All Blacks from actually gaining meters. So that's something that the All Blacks will definitely, I think will definitely improve on, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, no, with the backs, you know, Richie Mo'unga, I think if he's on form like he was against the Wallabies, then I think the Pumas stand no chance. I mean, I'm being perfectly honest. I think Richie Mo'unga will be the key difference within this game. If he has a good game, yeah, it's gonna be sad to see, but I think the Pumas will be done. It's Richie Mo'unga has caused too much heartache to my against my Auckland Blues within Super Rugby. So yeah, I know the limit and what he can do. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be the one to watch, I'd say, for the All Blacks within this game. But yeah, no, Beauden Barrett at 15 as well. That's the combination there as well. You know, he'll also make a difference within that 15 slot. And Jordy Barrett, you know, if he's good with his kicking, then, you know, they can obviously get more points. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, on the bench for the All Blacks, you know, they have the likes of Cody Taylor, they have Carlton Lafair, they have Tyrell Lomax, who I was talking about before, they have Patrick Tupeloto, you know, they have Hossan Tutu, TJ Perinara, Rico Audi, and Will Jordan. So that's the big one that I'm happy to see, that Will Jordan's actually included within the side, because, perfectly honest, I think if the All Blacks are, like, just say losing by, like, you know, are losing by halftime, put in Will Jordan. I guarantee you, if Will Jordan will make an impact within this game. If he gets subbed on, I'm not going to be surprised if he scores a try. I would put money on that. Like, Will Jordan is that good of a player that when he comes off the bench, he makes immediate impact. So he's definitely a once-watch player, you know, coming off the bench. And if I was a Pumas fan, I'd be very worried to see if, you know, Will Jordan actually gets included or, you know, subbed on into this game. That's when I would get a bit worried, because whenever he plays for the Crusaders, he is one of their most influential players when he gets subbed on. Like, he just sparks the team like that. So, you know, I truly think that he can make that difference as well to the All Blacks if they were to be losing at halftime. So we'll have to wait and see on what happens within this game. But yeah, that's kind of it with the, you know, that's it with the video today. I mean, for my prediction of the game, you know, I'd probably say that it's going to be hard to say that the Pumas will win. I mean, obviously, you know, they got a draw last week against the Wallabies, which was, you know, great to see. And actually, they to be fair to them, they actually gained momentum throughout the match, and they definitely deserve to get a draw out of it, in my opinion. But I just can't see the All Blacks losing 3 games in a row. I want the Pumas to win, but I just can't see the All Blacks losing 3 games in a row. So for that reason, I'm going to say the All Blacks it'll be a tight game. I truly believe this will be a tight game again. I'm going to say the All Blacks will win this game 27-23. I'm going to say 27-23 to the All Blacks. That's my final prediction for this game. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.